Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. Happy Easter. It's Good Friday today. I had intended on recording this ahead so I did not have to record on a public holiday, but I ran out of time, so I'm bringing you today's video today. Revolutionary, isn't it? Okay, so today I am going to hopefully be a quick video because I'm doing it while my husband's just ducked out for a little bit and he's not going to be long, so I'm hoping to get this done quite quickly. But I'm going to be decorating up these tags. I am running a virtual tag swap over in my Facebook group, so if you're interested, head along there. And the one for April is closed, but for the last week of April, I'll be opening up the tag swap sign-ups for May. So if that's something that interests you, then please do jump on over there and join us. I'd love to have you along. For this month, I have 2 partners, and it's a virtual swap, so you don't have to post anything out. It's just you swap prompts, basically. And then I set an additional prompt, which is optional. So the prompt I set for this round is metal. And my 2 partners, one has assigned me, so Cal has assigned me hearts, and Virginie has assigned me doodles as the prompts that they would like me to work with. So first off, I'm going to do the hearts one from Cal. So I've got these hearts here, and I'm going to show you how I did them. So they're made from fabric, and I think they're super cute. I had to test it out first to see if it was going to work because I wasn't sure. And my bases are just neutral book page collages. This is a random collage, and then this is one I did on a video a week or 2 ago using die cuts. So that's my base. So here I have stickers, just ordinary sticker labels. I bought them, they're really cheap. They're only $2.50 for like a pack of 10 or 12 sheets. Super cheap. I didn't think about, when I purchased them, I didn't think about what the surface was, and I was disappointed to find that they were glossy. They're not matte, and I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do with them now, but I am using them for this project. So I've used, for these ones, I've used a scrap of gingham, pink gingham. So that's what I used for these ones. And I'm going to make some more with this stripy, red stripy fabric. So simple as just taking a label or whatever sticker you have or want to use and putting it on the back of your fabric. So I'm going to put a couple here, and that'll be enough for what I need. And I like to line them up together so that I can go over the join if I want to do a bigger heart, but you don't have to. Oops, I've got a little fold over there on my fabric. That's just need to ease it out the way. Oops, and I didn't line that up very well. Never mind, I'm not intending on doing a big heart, so I'm not worried. And then just take a pen or a pencil. I'm using pen because the pencil doesn't work very well on this high gloss finish on these labels. I'm sure they'd be great for something, I just don't know. Maybe alcohol ink, but I don't have any of that. And then I'm just drawing my shape. So you could do any shape you like with this, but my prompt is hearts, so I'm going with hearts. And different sizes. And then if you don't like the shape, you can, keep going over it until you like what you see. And then you can also alter it a little bit as you cut it out as well, which I have done on the pink ones. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful Easter so far. I know it's only just beginning. Isn't it wonderful at the beginning of public holidays where you've got all that stretch of time of, doing things that perhaps that you want to. So this one I'm just going to trim around the edge. Oops. My scissors aren't particularly liking cutting fabric. They're a bit gluey, so they're not cutting all that well. Hey, just to make it easier to handle. That's the only reason I did that. And now I'm going to cut out my hearts. And I'm not being particular, you know, if I go in or out of the lines I've drawn, it's all good. If you're not confident drawing a shape, you could use a stencil to draw a shape. You could print out shapes onto sticker paper and then stick that onto your fabric and then cut around those. That would be a cool idea if you have labels that will go through your printer. These, I know these would fail. The ink would just rub right off. So I'm not even going to attempt it. And that's a shame because I had actually bought them to go through the printer. But nope, not these ones, I'm afraid. But you know, there's always ways to use these things. And what this does is it gives the fabric a little bit more stability. It's not super thick, it's still really thin, so it's not adding a lot of bulk. And it's also, I think, I'm hoping that it will act this way, that it will stop it fraying, you know, hopefully at all. But we'll see. If it doesn't work like that, well, that's fine. But I think it should help hold the fibres together. And then the little scraps left over, like with the sticker paper on the back that you have, so like that's a bit with sticker paper there, you could use that in a collage very easily because it's not very thick. Depending on the fabric that you're using, this is very thin fabric. So by the time you put the sticker paper on, it's still very thin and flimsy. Bearing in mind that these are cheap stickers, not expensive ones. So it's, you know, dearer ones might be a bit thicker and add a slightly more bulk. Right, one last one here, and then let's get to putting our tag together. So I don't know if this video will be out at the normal time or not because I still need to upload it once I've finished recording. Okay, so we've got 5 red and 5 pink, I think. No, 4 pink. Okay, that's fine. Right, so I have backed these both these tags with packing paper, brown packing paper. And I am going to ink around the edge. Both sides. There we go. Right, and let's have a play with how we want to arrange some hearts. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to have a play and see. But I thought it would be nice to have a couple of different colours and patterns to play with. Make it like a cascade of hearts. Maybe I should go in size or not. Does it matter? There, I think that looks quite good. So now I've got to recreate that. So let's start gluing. So I need to glue, which one first? This one actually. First, it's not going to turn out exactly the same as I had them laid out, but we'll try. Because this is a glossy sticker, I am using tacky glue. I don't think glue stick would ultimately maybe last because of the glossy finish on the sticker. So I'm just going straight for the tacky glue. So yeah, this is the first month of running the virtual tag swap. And so far, people are really enjoying it, which is great. And this one. And I just decided to go virtual because the postal system these days, one, it's super expensive to send internationally. And two, the time it takes is just, can be unknown. Like things that are supposed to take a couple of weeks can never show, or they can take a week. It's just such a difficult area, and a lot of people are, you know, a bit shy of international postage because of those two factors, including myself. You know, it's always a bit risky, and it seems to have got worse in these modern times. You think it would get better, but it seems to have got worse, in my opinion. So I thought, just keep it easy, keep it accessible for people, and make it virtual, so you can still have fun and still work with things, you know, prompts that are different that you might not have chosen. So it stretches you, it challenges you, without the worry of having to face all those things to do with postage. And it also means that you can go as crazy as you want on the size of your tag, on what you add to it, because it's not having to go through the post. So you can bulk it up if you want to bulk it up. Right. So I'm thinking I'll add a label or something along those lines to this as well. And then we have to add metal because that's the prompt I set, the optional prompt. And so I've chosen out a safety pin and a bulb pin for my two tags. Do this one first. Gee, my fingers are getting gluey. It's annoying me. I think it looks super cute. So a little cascade of hearts. So my husband's just ducked down to set up the church for our Good Friday service. So he's not going to be gone too long. Right, there's our cascade of hearts. Cool. Right, let's look at a label. Hopefully I get both of these done. But okay, sorry, just grab a pair of tweezers in case I need them. Getting my labels out. I am wondering about some from Artzology, the colours, because these are, you know, bright, happy colours. Whether we might have something suitable in my ones from Artzology. These tweezers weren't the best ones to grab. The shape does not work very well for this. Where'd it go? Yeah. Oh, it could go vertical. I was thinking it was going to be too long and I've probably chosen out the wrong shape. Okay, I don't mind that, but actually let's try one of these smaller ones. see a pinkish floral one here. Same paper. I think that one's better. The size works better for me. Okay. And do I want to add anything else to that? I think I'll ink it just in case. And yes, there is some white around the edges, and it just gives it a little darker finish. Very subtle, but it's noticeable. To me it is in person. Okay, I like that. Now I am thinking a word as well. Normally when my husband goes to set up church, he normally calls into the supermarket as well. But of course the supermarket's not open today. It's one of the few days that it's not open. So he won't be as long as what he normally is. Attention, no. What about you make my heart sore? Cut it in half. Up there or down here, or a bit of both. No, don't like them separated. Okay, yep, I think I like it down there. So let's go ahead and ink these up. These are stamped on a bit of a pharmacy bag, brown pharmacy bag. So it goes with the neutral background quite nicely. Right, and I am gluing slightly over top of fabric, so I'm just going to go ahead with the tacky glue again. Oops, come on. I'm trouble picking it up. And let's go like that. Like that, and then I don't see any point in grabbing out the glue stick just for the label, so just back to the tacky glue. It's super quick and easy. Pop that up there. Okay, now to finish it off we need to add our metal element. So what would I like here, the bulb pin or the safety pin? I'm thinking the bulb pin. So I need a hole. I'm going to grab out my crocodile so I get a small hole, because my other single hole punch does quite a large hole. So grab this out. And I don't want it too deep down because I need to fit the pin in. So this is the metal element, which I think I did say, but so we've got the pin there, and to finish it off, I want to add some of the fabric that we used for the hearts. So I'm going to tear, maybe, I'll try tearing. So I'm just going to start by snipping. Let's see. Yep. I'm going to end up with strings, of course. I don't mind, you know, frayed bits. Just want to get off the ones that are wanting to come off anyway. And trim those long bits at the end. Go, and a bit of the red. Oh, this one's harder to tear. Oh gosh, that was tough, and it's gone all skinny. That's all right. And it's fraying like crazy, lots of strings. It's going to add some great texture. Right, that'll do. So I'm going to put those two together. And I can trim off, you know, bits that I don't want. Okay, and so I'm just going to pop that through the bulb pin. I was in the kitchen this morning clearing out the dishwasher, and I heard a noise outside, and it was like, this sounds like a fantail. And I opened the curtains and looked out, and it took me ages and ages to find it, and I found it, and then all of a sudden there were three busy chittering away and flitting around, and it was just super cute. So nice to see fantails. They're a little native bird here in New Zealand, and they're very flitty. I mean, that's kind of the only way to describe them. They flit around. They're very, very quick. It's very rare for a cat to catch one because they are super quick. Oops, get rid of all those threads. Trim off this bit that's folded over because it's bugging me. And I'm not sure whether the bow is the best option, but yeah, my scissors do not like cutting fabric. There. Yeah, I don't mind the bow. I think that's cute. It's bulky, but when you're writing in a journal, you can just slip it out, do your writing either on the page behind or whatever, and then just tuck the tag back in when you're finished. So we've gone very little bulk here and lots of bulk on top. There is my heart prompted tag with our metal with the bulb pin there. Super cute. I'm happy with that. Let's get on and try and get the other one done before my hubby returns home. Get rid of all these stringy bits. Right, so doodles from Virginie is the prompt. So I'm going to punch the hole before I do anything else since I've got this out, and I'm going to go for the small hole. There we go. I'm going to ink. Also, just a reminder that the 500 subscriber giveaway is ending today. If I don't get it taken down today, then it will be first thing in the morning. This is New Zealand time, so bear that in mind. So if you haven't grabbed that, click the link to go along, and you do need to subscribe to my email list to get hold of it, but I haven't started yet, but I intend on sending out a newslettery type thing only once a month, so it's not like you'll get heaps and heaps of mail that you don't want, and it'll be tips and tricks and, you know, updates and featured videos, all that sort of thing. No more than once a month. And my inking sponge just rolled away. It's halfway across the room. I'm going to put my pin in there. I'm not sure if I want to put anything on the pin or whether I'm just going to leave it like loose like that. Not sure. So for doodling, I'm going to grab out a black pen. So I'm choosing to use a Sharpie pen that's, I don't know what size, it says fine. That's all it says, it just says fine, it hasn't got a size. But it's quite a narrow nib. It's probably maybe a 0.7 or a 1, I'm guessing. Okay, and my hubby has just arrived home. So this one has got hexagons. That was the die cut that I used to do the collaging. So for a start, I'm just going to trace around the joins where those hexagons, oops, okay, not going very straight here. So I'm going to trace around all those just to start with and give them a bit more of an accent. Hey Georgie. Hi darling. Hubby's home. He's trying to be quiet. Oops, completely went off the schedule there. Doodling is something that you shouldn't really hurry. But anyway, so I've got this little bit where I went off here. So what would I like to do? Turn it into a spiral. Why not? So doing just a few spirals. Along the edge. Different sizes. Different directions. So I've gone out from the corner, I've gone in the two directions. I think I might need to just blow my nose for a moment. Excuse me. Okay, so where else would we like to do doodles? So I've got another little oops down here where I went off. So let's do some little scallopy bits. And I'm not doing the edges, I'm just doing the interior. Okay, I might do another layer. So alternating where the dip goes to the, so the dip goes to the top of the peak of the previous scallop. Hopefully that makes sense. Sort of like fish scales, mermaid scales if you like. Cool, like that. Okay, and let's do something very liney over here. Just doing parallel lines of varying numbers in different directions. Different lengths. Whoops, that wasn't very straight. Doesn't matter. I like doing patterns like this. They're very soothing to do, very zen. and something I don't really want to talk through, to be honest. It's just nice to get lost in the activity of doing the marks. And the simple patterns like this are just, I think, the most satisfying, because you don't have to think too hard or do sort of brain arithmetic trying to work out which direction to go in now. Just kind of make it up as you go along. Simple marks built up to make a really cool pattern. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave it at those 3 areas. I don't want to like plaster the whole, because I think I would lose something if I did that. Right, so I am thinking label again. Of course I am. So we need to add a bit of colour here. I do have hexagon labels again. Whoops, didn't put those back properly. From Artzology. So let's see if we like one of these. Almost a bit big, aren't they? Although not really. I like this with the big number on it. And the brown text on it kind of works, so I'm happy with that one. Let's go with that. And I can't ink it up because my sponge is halfway across the room, so let's just glue it down. It'll be fine. Oops, bit of glue stuck on the end there. Doesn't take much dry glue on the end to stop the glue coming out. Such a fine nozzle. Gonna come out for me. Oh, I might, sorry, reaching again to grab my pokey tool, give it a little. So a pin or something would work just as well, or a fine needle. Doing that, there we go, narrow away. I've got a pen mark here that was on the book page that somebody had made, so I'm just wanting to cover that up as well because it was in blue. So there we go, there's our label, and I feel like we need maybe a flower or something. So let's go to Artzology as well for a flower. They all might be a bit big. Or perhaps this one. No, it's not really, not making me happy. They're not working for me. What else could I try? Got a flower book here, but I think they're all going to be too big. Yeah, they're going to be way too big. They're gorgeous, but they're way too big for this tag, so no, not one of those. Don't think a bird will fit, but let's try a bird. I didn't think about what I wanted to decorate this one with, just knew I had to do the doodles. This bag is ones I haven't fussy cut out yet. Well, he fits. He's not particularly attractive, but he fits. I think now, looking at it, it's the placement of my label that's being a problem for me. Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to go with that one. Right, and I don't think there's nothing else I need to cut out of him. He's all good to go. Or her. It's probably a him. The males of the bird world are the most colourful and flashy. So I suspect this one's the male. Quite unusual that, isn't it, how it's the male that's all bright and colourful in the bird world. You know, so opposite to humans. For women, it's usually the woman that are wearing the sparkles and the bright colours and all those things. But not for birds. Here we go. So to fix the placement of the label, I just put the image over top. Okay, and word. Could almost go 2 words actually. But we'll see. See what we can find. That's too tall. Magical. Okay, I like that. Just trying to find one that's in the same colour family. In the same font. Could be a hard road I've set for myself here. Magical and loving, do they work together? Magical and fabulous. Oops. Or do we just need the one? I think just the one. Okay, let's go with one. So we're going with fabulous. And I would normally ink this, but you know, kind of ruined that for the rest of this video. So just going to pop it down. Oops, put it straight, quick, before it sets like concrete. Ah, that reminds me, our driveway was and our footpath was supposed to be concreted yesterday, but it didn't happen. I think because of the weather. It was raining. It's supposed to rain from yesterday afternoon, but the rain came in early in the morning, so it's now going to be Tuesday when they do it, so we can use our driveway over Easter, which is fine. It would have been fine if we couldn't use the driveway over Easter as well. Okay, so there are my 2 tags for the virtual tag swap, April 2023. So this one is our doodling from Virginie, and this one is hearts from Cal, and then we've got our metal with our little bulb pin and safety pin. Yeah, I actually like that just as is without anything on it, but I can always change my mind if I decide to add something when it goes in a journal. So there we go. Please jump on over to Visual Vibes if you're interested in participating in future virtual swaps. Love to have you along. Remember the giveaway, I'll pop the link in the description box so that you can go there to do that. And have a great Easter, everybody. I will see you back next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.